Hello, today we are going to be discussing about schedule issues in construction management. Firstly, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Iqbal Hakim and my partner is Muhammad Hizami. As we all already know, time, quality, and cost are the most important aspect in a project. But in a certain project, time is more important than the others. For example, schools and retail malls are required to be completed on time to avoid losses for the owner. And that's why they always say that time is money. Hence, good scheduling is required to be able to complete these projects on time. But certain scheduling issues might occur during the project and will cause some delays. So, we're going to be looking at the types of construction delays in a project. Firstly, we have excusable delays, non-excusable delays which can be subcategorized into compensable and non-compensable, and lastly we have concurrent delays. In the next video, we'll be looking deeper through what these delays are.
One of the major tasks of delay analysis is to assign responsibility for the delay. Who is responsible for delay? In this lesson, we will classify delays according to responsibility. First type of delay, non-excusable delay. This is a contractor delay. In this type of delay, contractor is responsible for the delay. The other type of delay, excusable. This is out of control of the contractor. Maybe it owner delay or force majeure or weather effect or strike, revolution, and we will see this kind of delay. The third type is concurrent delay. Two or more types of delay occurring at the same time, and we will give a separate lesson to this kind of delay, concurrent delay. We have two types of excusable delay. One, compensable. This owner delay and the contractor entitled to get extension of time and also compensation for cost and the time. And non-compensable, in this type, contractor will get extension of time, but he is not entitled to ask for compensation. Let us see the detail. For non-excusable, this contractor delay, as we mentioned before, this 8 causes of delay by contractor as follow: difficulties in financing project, poor site management, ineffective planning and scheduling, rework due to errors, delay in subcontractor work, inadequate contract experience, delay in site mobilization, delay in preparation of shop drawing and material sample. So all of this reason, contractor delay, and this type of delay is non-excusable. For excusable delay and compensable, we consider this as owner delay, so contractor will get time extension and compensation for time and cost. This owner delay, slow decision making, suspension of work, late in revising and approving design, delay to furnish and deliver the site, delay in finance and payment, variation order and change order, type of project bidding, unrealistic contract duration, ineffective delay, penalties, and finally owner interference. The other type, excusable but non-compensable. We have 8 causes for excusable non-compensable delays. This out of contractor and out of control of owner, of course. So weather effect, environmental restriction, change in government regulation and laws, slow permit by government, delay in performing final inspection, lack of communication, fluctuation in cost and currency, force majeure like war, revolution, strike, earthquake, volcanoes, and so on. Thank you.
Based on the video, we can see that there are certain problems that could be resolved if managed properly. So we are going to be looking on how to manage schedule issues caused by the contractor. Meet Alex. He is a project owner. Alex wanted to build 3 retail shops by the end of summer. So, Mr. Alex appointed Mr. Iqbal, who is a contract administrator, and Mr. Hizami, who is a contractor, to help him on this project. The project is set up, and Mr. Alex is expecting that the project could be done within 10 months. But after 7 months, the project seems to be far from completed. Mr. Alex was very frustrated because he had already made a deal with the vendors, and this meant that he could lose a lot of revenue money from the vendors. Mr. Alex is worried with Mr. Hizami's poor performance that leads to this outcome. Mr. Alex then consulted Mr. Iqbal for a solution, and he suggested to use the stick or a carrot method. Mr. Alex was puzzled by this solution. In construction, the stick or a carrot method is a method to either threaten Mr. Hizami's team with a stick or motivate them using a carrot. Let's take a closer look at both methods. The stick method. As gruesome as it sounds, the stick method only means to threaten the contractor using liquidated assets. But what is liquidated asset? Liquidated assets is the amount of money needed to be paid by Mr. Hizami's company if the project was not completed on time to compensate with Mr. Alex's loss. It could be as little as few $100s up to $1,000 per day. And most importantly, it is completely legal. The carrot method. The carrot method is a method to motivate the contractor using reverse liquidated assets. But what is reverse liquidated assets? The name implies reverse liquidated assets is the amount of money that is paid by Mr. Alex's company if the project was completed on time prior to the scheduled date of completion. It could be as little as a few hundred up to $1,000 per day, and most importantly, it is also completely legal. Whether it's a stick or a carrot, all these methods are only to boost project's progression and give Mr. Alex some reassurance about his upcoming project. At the end of the day, we just want a win-win situation for all.
Hello guys, how are you? My name is Hizami. I'm your speaker for today, and my topic today is about making changes. Do you guys know that even in making changes, there are a lot of problems we will encounter? Let's move on the list of problems. First and foremost, it is extremely rare to find a project that is built exactly as it was originally designed without any changes. It is virtually impossible to present every detail needed to construct a complex project in a standard set of plans and specifications. There are always errors in the documents that are discovered during the construction process. If there are problems, there must be always solutions to overcome it. So let's move on to the solutions for the problems. When the deficiencies are noticed, the contractor is entitled to extra compensation for correcting the errors or completing the missing details. Managing the many changes on the project is another one of the primary contract administration functions. The mechanism used to instigate these changes is called a change order, and there is a standard procedure for processing them. Before I start with my next subtopic, I want to ask you guys, what is change order process? If you guys don't know, let's check this out together. For your information, change order is a component of the change management process in which changes in the scope of work agreed to by the client, contractor, and architect are implemented. Do you guys get it? If not, let me explain it a little bit more. Let's continue, guys. For the first change order process, the design change is required. Next, the contractor calculates costs to make the change. The estimate cost may require a simple computation that can be handled on-site. Then, the contractor prepares the change order document. It is including the profit and overhead price and send it to the architect. Let's continue. Architect will review the change order documents and send to the owner. The owner will review, approve and send the change order document back to the architect. And then the architect will authorize and send the change order document to the contractor. And lastly, the contractor will order the workforce to proceed with the work. And that is all on how to modify the contract. I hope you guys understand about the change order process that I was explaining about. Let's move on to the next topic, guys. Do you guys know what is the next topic? It is about the change in scope. Let me explain it further to you. Let's go. Change in scope. Scope changes are some of the easiest change orders to process because they are normally instigated by the owner. Secondly, this type of change typically starts with a request from the owner or architect for a cost estimate of the new work. Thirdly, the estimator comes up with a price based on the sketches provided. Next is about time extensions. Time extensions. There are occasions when the contractor is compelled to request a time extension to the contract. Time extensions are processed just like any other change order but often more difficult to approve. Now let's move on to the reasons why the time extensions occur. Do you guys know what are the reasons for the time extensions? The reasons are delays resulting from the server weather, delay caused by the slow response to RFIs, slow processing of shop drawings, delinquent deliveries, labor strikes, slow permit processing, and delay caused by the architect, the owner, and the outside protests. Now I will share with you guys an example. Server weather often results in the time extension change order with little objection from the owner, as long as the bad weather days are properly documented and the owner has some schedule flexibility. And there is an example for the delay due to the server weather conditions. So let's continue. Now I will share with you guys a video regarding about top 10 secrets for a successful extension of time claim. Let's watch it.
Top 10 Secrets for a Successful Extension of Time Claim. Demonstrated contractual entitlement. Many claims fail for the simple reason that the stated events don't give rise to a contractual entitlement to an EOT. Detailed records. The quality of a claim is founded on the quality and detail of the project records, updates, progress reports, notices, etc. Clearly documented delay events. What happened, why did it happen and when did it happen, all backed up with records. Choose an appropriate delay analysis method. Stick only to the recognized methods of analysis, or as dictated by the contract. The nature of the claim, the time and cost available to prepare, and the degree of the contractor's own delays will also affect the choice of which methodology to use. Develop strong fragnets. Plan or speak for the new entries into a time schedule thought represent the delay events. A task to be undertaken only by those who know what they are doing and can create the extra time you are claiming. Choose the correct time schedule to calculate the impact. Approved baseline, unapproved baseline, recovery program or revised program. Many claims fail because the claimant is impacting the wrong program. Address issues of culpability, compensability, and concurrency. Understand the impact of these factors on your entitlement and address them. Don't hide from these issues as doing so will ultimately result in a failed claim. Tell the story. A beginning, a middle and an end. A delay claim must ultimately be a compelling narrative that persuades fellow professionals. Avoid overcomplication. Too many consultants too often overcomplicate the entire process. Simple is best. Use an experienced analyst. Don't take a gamble on whether your team know how to deliver items 1 to 9 above. Appoint someone who has a proven track record in securing EOTs. This decision can save you enormous sums of money.
That is all from the video. I hope you guys understand about the schedule issues and making changes in the construction administration based on our presentation. I think we are already reaching the end. Thank you for listening to our presentation. Bye bye, see you later.